without?
Let me think. Probably my sunglasses. I've lost like 4 pairs of Ray-Bans in like a year, and I always have to have new ones. If I don't, I have this weird thing where I feel like if people can see my eyes, like they can't see what I'm thinking, and I don't like that. So I like try to always wear sunglasses. It's kind of creepy, but yeah, I guess my sunglasses or my in-ears is a more practical reason, or a more practical thing, just because I need them to play. But other than that, you know, clothes.
If you weren't in a band, what would you be doing?
Oh, shit. It's kind of funny. I'd probably be doing theater. I grew up doing a lot of musical theater and dance. My parents owned a dance studio. So since I was 4, I was like on stage, like in like little costumes, like tap dancing and stuff. So and then when I got older, I got into more musical theater because like that's where I like learned how to sing. And I actually have a lot of friends that are on Broadway and traveling and stuff like that. So I'd probably be doing that. Like anything performing wise, like acting and I would love to do, but this is my passion because you get to actually, with music, you can actually create the art. Like when you're like an actor or like in theater, it's like the art's created and then like you perform it. So with this, it's like I perform our art. So it's cool.
Yeah, I was in a school. If I would have graduated there, I would have had a degree in acting.
Really?
Stuff, but I moved.
Oh, well, you should have stayed.
I know.
I know.
What is the craziest thing a fan has ever done?
There's lots of them. Well, there was one time when a girl broke into our van, and she started eating, she was a very large girl, but she started eating, this other fan had made a bunch of cupcakes for us, and we had cupcakes in the van, and it was at the end of the show, we had like loaded everything in the trailer, we were getting in the van to go to the next place, and like all of a sudden we were like, hey, and we're like, what the fuck? And we turn around, and this girl is sitting on the back bench of our van, eating the cupcakes that someone else had made, and we're like, how the fuck did you get in here? So we actually, and she wouldn't get out. We had to get the venue to come and get her, like, kicked out of our van, and it was super awkward, because you never want to be mean to somebody, but it was like, you can't stay in here. Like, you just can't. Like, we're not going to take you on tour with us. Like, you have to go. But there's a lot of them. We have, like, the coolest fans ever. We also have, you know, we have, like, crazy cool and then, like, crazy. So it keeps us on our toes, I guess. But that's one of many stories.
What has been the biggest challenge as a band?
Oh my god, everything. Honestly, like, we've been a band for about 3 years now, as far as, like, 3 of us. We haven't really been the bigger lights except for about a year. Because, like, I mean, like, the band we are now, like, we got our drummer, like a year ago, last May, 2009, and then we got Chris, our lead guitar player, on the Hey Monday tour, which was last June, July. So once we got him, like, and we went in and made the full length, that was when it felt like we were actually our band. But honestly, like, everything is a challenge. It's like you're always like, once you hit like certain tiers of stuff you want to accomplish, it's like it opens the door to like, well, I want to do this and this and this, and we have to get on this. And it's always like, I think that's one of the other things I love about being in a band is it's like so competitive because every asshole is in a band. So it's like you gotta try to do your best to be the best that you can and like to really connect with people in a special way to, you know, to like help your band help as many people like as you want them to help. Because like we're a band that wants to help people, like, because I think that's for us, like, there's so many bands and music like saved all of our lives sort of in many different ways. So it's like we want to give that to, like, back. So our biggest goal is to like affect as many people as we can. So it's always cool whenever you come across people, their stories, and when we actually were able to do that. So that's the biggest goal for us is to continue to build our band in a way to help the most people. So.
Do you have any pre-show rituals?
I always warm up. I always found really weird because since I was like classically trained as a singer because of like musical theater and stuff, so it's like these weird warm-ups with my voice. I always like stretch and look weird. Like I'm like into yoga and like a lot of weird stuff. So like I always like do that before we play. But as far as like rituals with each other, you know, like anytime we've ever tried to like do like a group whatever or like you know, like a chant or like high fives, always fucks us up. We always have terrible shows that happen, so we all just stick to our own thing, and then we just go on stage and play. So, no rituals with the band, but we all have our individual little things we do.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
Oh my gosh. Karaoke is one of my biggest pet peeves. I fucking hate karaoke. What else? Snoring bothers me. Just because, like, especially, like, when you're touring and, like, when you have to sing, like, you have to try and get a good amount of sleep whenever you can because your schedule's always fucked up. So when, like, our bass player, Dan, he's the loudest snorer. He got it fixed now, though, so he's all good. But for a while, there was, like, the most, like, I mean, you could hear him from, like, 2 rooms away. Like, this is, like, he had a problem. Like, it sounded like he was choking on his own breath. So, but yeah, that, also really cheesy puns for some reason get under my skin. But yeah, that's probably it.
What has been your most embarrassing experience?
In the band or ever?
Ever.
Gosh, my whole life has been embarrassing. In the band, there was this time when I fell off the stage in Texas, which is on YouTube still. That was we did a tour with this, with Never Shout Never, and there was 1,500 people there, and I fell right off the stage. That was funny. In Michigan one time, I had to get stitches because I hit myself in the face with a microphone. I was bleeding all down my face. That was, like, more cool, like a cool kind of embarrassing, because, like, I looked at the pictures afterwards and I was like, it looked really awesome. Like, there was blood all down my face. I felt like it was, like, Thursday or, like, thrice or something. But, like, ever, probably the fact that I did do, like, dance and musical theater growing up, that's, like, embarrassing, because, like, sometimes I'll look at, like, old pictures and I'm like, oh my god, why did I have to wear that? They're, like, little, like, white tuxedo. I look like an idiot. So, I don't know. I kind of thrive on embarrassing moments. I think my whole life is, like, just a big joke sometimes, just because things happen to me every day. The same thing with Ryan, our drummer. That guy gets a lot of shit. Like, things just happen. It's like a little black rain cloud just follows him around. It always keeps us on our toes. It's cool. Okay,
and what has been your favorite show you've played?
Favorite show ever?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Probably on the Never Shout tour, we played this place called the Intersection in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and that was the first time we had played to, like, over 1,000 people, and it was unreal. Like, there's a huge backstage, like, catering, like, the crowd was awesome. Like, we sold, like, a couple hundred CDs that night. Like, it was just, like, it was the first time where we had actually, like, we felt like a band. Like, we weren't, like a starting out band. It was the first time we felt like, because we had just, like, recently sort of signed, and it was, like, one of our first tours ever, and it was just one of the coolest experiences. Like, we've played, like, better shows of those, like that since then, but that was, like, the first time where it, like, and, like, still, like, I can, like, feel that emotion when I think about that show. So probably that show at the Intersection.
Okay, that's most of my questions, but some fans wanted to know, if you could tour anywhere in the world, where would you be?
Japan, I think. Japan or Australia. That would be rad. I think, well, I know Japan really likes our band, which is crazy. Like, we'll get, like, little twit pics from, like, people, and it's like, Tower Records in Osaka, and it's, like, got all these bigger lights posters. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, that's so cool. So, and we might actually get to go to Japan. We got, like, some stuff in an email about maybe going over there sometime at the end of this year, which would be fucking amazing. But we'll see. Japan, Australia, I just want to go. I think our band would do really well there, just from the kind of music that they like.
Okay, and the last question, if you were stuck on an island and you could only have 3 things, what would they be?
I would want to have a puppy. I don't have a dog, I don't want it so bad. Puppy would be a good companion. I would want a guitar, and what else? I think maybe, like, a knife. I feel like you would need a knife just to, like, kill shit or, like, build stuff. That's kind of a practical answer. But other than that, like, maybe, like, a helicopter, just so I could get somewhere else if I wanted. I don't know. Yeah, that would work. Helicopter. I'd choose helicopter over knife. That's a good one.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Give me a hug. You did very well. Why are you nervous?